As many of you know, the Ambassador used to be one of the best revolvers for Spy to use. It basically gave Spy a second playstyle, but now it's just no good. However, even after the nerf, people still continue to use it in pubs. That's fine, but do these people know that they could be using better revolvers? Or do they still think that if they have the Ambassador equipped, they become a million times better at Spy?
Well, RG's Goldin, just leave the poor guys alone. I mean, what did they do to you anyway?
Although it can be fun to use, it's not good to run it 100%. Getting to know how to use other revolvers for Spy would be infinitely better than using the Ambassador. It's sad to say, but using the Ambassador now is just crippling your full potential of being an effective Spy. It's time to set it down and move on. But we can still hope for Valve to bring it back, right? I mean, it is Gabe's favorite class after all.
My favorite class is the Spy.
I'd like to propose some changes that could still make it viable and good and competitive. Instead of having complete fall-off damage and removing headshot damage after a certain amount of distance, I'd suggest that it could still do headshot damage from any range, but also buffing the maximum range damage output to 85 damage instead of 54 damage. This would make everyone happy and could still be a very good choice. The reason I chose specifically these fixes is so that it has a perfect balance of being useful and not overpowered. Either that or just revert it to what it was before. I mean, what was so overpowered about it anyways?
Do you honestly think you're fucking...
Well, besides that, I think a lot of you should try out different revolvers instead of solely sticking to the Ambassador. Trust me, it'll help improve your Spy gameplay a lot better and even help you be more reliant on your gun instead of ignoring it altogether. The reason it's so commonly used even after the recent nerf is simple. People don't understand that there are other guns that Spy has in his arsenal. Or that Spy even has a gun. They think doing damage is more important than having a utility and control over how you finish off your enemies. Still using the Ambassador? Why not try using the L'étranger? It doesn't output much damage, but it'll sure help you get around the map easily and uncloak where you like as you please. Or why not try using the Revolver? It's basically an upgrade than the Ambassador at this point, doing even more fall off damage than the Ambi will ever do. 20 damage at max range is actually really useful for scaring off low health players or picking them off at a distance. The Ambassador only does 18 and has a slow firing speed. The reason of this video is to help out newer spies, or maybe even spy mains now that are still using the Ambassador, realize that the Ambassador isn't Spy's only gun. It can easily be replaced by much more helpful guns. Sure, it can be good to use if you're only using your gun to take out snipers that wear a razorback.
Spy.
But if you were to change it up a bit, you'd soon realize that you can be an even more effective Spy with a different revolver instead of going for super fancy headshot kills. Of course, there can be certain situations where you'd want to run the Ambassador. As I've stated in my previous video, you can definitely run it on close quarter maps like CP Steel and CTF Turbine. To be completely honest, if you're not changing up which revolver you're using, then you're messing up your whole loadout altogether. How? Well, there are certain knives that run well with the right revolver and or watch. Some examples that are well known are the L'étranger, Big Earner, Dead Ringer combo. This loadout is to help out for the inability to charge your Dead Ringer faster. The Big Earner grants you 30% cloak on kill. So if you were to time a stab with your cloak meter, you could easily have your cloak back in time with the backstab you just got to escape a certain situation. The L'étranger also helps getting your Dead Ringer back by shooting enemies. Even if they spot you shooting them, you'll still have your Dead Ringer back in no time. Another example is L'étranger, Your Eternal Reward combo. The recent addition to the Your Eternal Reward causes your cloak to drain faster, but if you were to equip the L'étranger with it, you'll completely cancel out the minus 33% cloak drain. One more example is the Revolver Spicicle combo. This is a very good loadout if you want to make sure pyros can't kill you so easily. If a pyro were to find you out, you can simply just pull out your gun and shoot them to death because of the 1 second fireproof and 10-second afterburn immunity. You have all these great options, but your mind still calls out to your nostalgia of old times. But if none of that has changed your mind, then that's okay too. If you want to use the Ambassador, that is totally fine. I even sometimes use it once in a while. It's just fun to headshot people and have that satisfying feeling of shooting their heads. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. The amount of feedback from my last video has really made me inspired to continue making videos like these. Again, if you have any suggestions or ideas for a video, let me know in the comment section below. And also, once again, I do have a Discord. If you want to join, it'll be down in the description. I also have my HUD and my config in the description as well, since you guys have been asking so much for it. Shout out to Burb Productions for the animation of my spy, and also shout out to Slick Rick for the amazing thumbnail. Also shout out to everyone else for all the fan art I've been receiving so far. They all look absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. Anyways, I'll see you all later. Bye.